and that works great too. But different systems. There's a lot of different ways to get to the same end.
What kind of paint is it?
It's called Alsa, and I think it's out of California. Basically, it's more of a dusting kind of thing, and they use it, if you do it, the system 100% like they ask you to do it, it would look like a mirror. The idea is to make a mirror finish, like a real mirror. I don't think there's any mirrors in here. So, but there's a whole process to that, but I kind of did my own thing, and tested some things out, and tried to come up with something that looks more like aluminum. I'm not the first guy to do this, of course. It's not like I came up with this idea, but other guys have been doing it, but not a lot of people are doing it. But Bob Violet Models, the jet guys, they do that. If you look at the jet websites and stuff, you can see what they're doing there.
Is that a variable pitch flow? Or is it variable pitch flow?
It's a variable pitch look, yeah. These are static props that you use for the competition. So when I go to the static portion, I would make my plane look like this. But then when I go to actual flying it, I would change it to a two-plate. So there's a static portion, which is 50% of your score, and then there's a flying, which is another 50%. So the static portion is you have certain things you can do. Like I wouldn't want to fly with this P-52 on the bottom here, because if that could catch a piece of grass or something, and they could just rip. So that's more of a static. But
your drop tanks operate in the air?
Sorry, once again?
Do your drop tanks operate in the air?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, this one has the little drop things to it underneath it. These are made out of balsa. This one's made out of balsa, but it's around a thing I purchased. You can make them too, but I purchased it. It's just a lever system to drop it, the drop tank. Yeah. But I haven't done that yet.
The dirt streaks behind the prop, you put the trail marks behind the propeller there.
Here?
That's on purpose?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of weathering in that too.
Yeah, weathering,
yeah. Weathering to make it look like it's been flying. I got downgraded on this one a lot at Scale Masters for over weathering it, and weathering is a typical thing where it's like, what's over weathering? For me, I don't personally look at it and think it's over weathered, because I've seen planes that are a lot more weathered, but it's all in relation to the documentation that you give them. And that's what I think they were right, because if you look at the documentation, this is my documentation book here with 3D and stuff up top. Here's the only pictures I had to go to. If you look at this one, it looks pretty dirty on the bottom. But, this is the plane itself that I was showing, and it's fairly, on a sunny day, shining on it above the clouds. It shows a lot of nice silver. Maybe it went through a rain shower, I don't know. But the thing is, I crashed this on flight 15, so part of the artistic process after you crash is how do you cover up your mistakes, So weathering, weathering helps.
You have a question over there?
Sorry?
Is that you? Somebody got your hand.
I see here.
The Hamilton Standard logo on the propellers and the stencil, did you do that all by hand, or is there? How did you do that?
No, well, some of these you can buy these as ready-made decals. Yeah. There's different points of insanity with building these things, and in the Top Gun thing, there is the masters where they design their own plans, they build their own canopies, they make their own cowling. They pretty much do everything but the engine, I think. But even like Dave Platt took a metal machining course and built his own engine, But then he did blow his engine out at Top Gun, so maybe he didn't do something right. I don't know what happened. But yeah, there's certain levels of insanity about, yes, I could maybe try to make that, but I did not. I know Scott over here, Scott Annis, he's going through the insanity of making little cockpit,
the bezels. I think Jonah back here has got a picture.
Okay.
You were talking about insanity, so I'm wondering how far you went with the no step signs. Were those, did you put those on with decal or?
Yeah, there are decals. I did that, and there are dry transfers too. The dry transfers help.
What's your preferred decal vendor?
I I've used 3 or 4 different ones now. I've used Get Stencils, is really good. I got a lot of dry transfers from them. I've used ProMark. I actually bought some stuff from a guy in Germany, which I really liked a lot. One thing I could recommend is, I don't know, if for people that are doing masks, if you're doing a mask, when you lay down the mask and you have to put the other covering on top of it, a lot of the people I've been finding you can't see through it, so it's very hard to line up. But the guy in Germany that I found he makes them clear, so when you lay down the other mask, you can see where you're laying it, which I didn't realize was such a big thing. But when I went to a different vendor, I was like, oh my God, that's a great idea, because it was driving me crazy. Maybe there's ways around that, but there's some good vendors out there.
Components like the landing gear, it looks very realistic to me. Did you make it? Do you buy it? Does it function?
Yeah.
And how does it function? Is it electrical or hydraulic?
It's pneumatic, so it's all air thing. The landing gears themselves here, I purchased those from a company called Sierra, who makes them for custom makes stuff for people. And there's enough warrant for him to sell them as stock. He has
So he already has a particular size in mind. In other words, what size?
This is a 1/4.5 Mustang retract system right here. This part, like this. These things I built myself, the covers and everything. And you gotta do it all yourself. But he makes that. Because I don't do metal work. Scott here got himself a metalwork machine. He's just starting to get into that part of the insanity. I don't want to even go there. It's just another machine I gotta put in my shop. So.
It's a tool, man. You gotta buy a tool.
But yeah, there's just a point where you have enough tools to get your job done, and then you start getting more. And now I think I just realized that last month, where I started pulling my hair out too much. I got to think about organization of my shop, because there's too many tools now all of a sudden that have gathered, and they're trying to weed them apart. But more questions? Yeah, it's a 3W75 and a 3W85, so it's a bit bigger. This is 1/4.5 scale, and it's a 1/4.4 scale, so it's just a hair larger.
Question over here.
96 and 100.
The question, the answer.
Sorry?
Just want to know the engine size.
Oh yeah, 75 and 85. So that moves along. This guy, this is almost at 50 pounds now. It's pretty heavy for what it is. But I went through a crash, and after that, I had to do a lot of rebalancing and all that kind of stuff.
What size props?
The regular prop, a 2-blade would be. I've been using 24 and 10, and I'll probably use a 26-10 on that. I tried 24-12s, and for me, that just the pitch really freaked me out. It just made everything feel like slow motion or something. So I'm still trying to get a handle on that with my arc. I'm trying different pitches on my arc.
Which one did better at RAM?
They both did okay. This has entered RAM twice now. First time I got a first place, and second time I got a second place. But it depends who there was some great planes there, so it's tough competition. But
Did they allow you to enter them as a pair?
no, that was my whole purpose. Was I bring two of them to enter as a pair, and then no, I got to enter them as individuals. What? But so I put them side by side, and they got.
You won best finish this year, right?
Yeah, I think they gave me best finish on that on the
This Ethel?
on this Ethel, yeah. But I like RAM to help me. It's right in February. It's a good point. If I can make that in February, I know I'll have it done in time for Top Gun or something like that if I do that. So I know we have where's Scott? Scott, he's got his P-47 here.
Yeah, good job.